So week number 8 of the 2018 NFL season is in the books. Let's go ahead and take a look back at it, shall we? You started off with some fast-paced Thursday night action, something like that. I guess Brock Osweiler wasn't getting his revenge. Deshaun Watson throws for 5 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins is a beast. And even though they lost Will Fuller for the year to a torn ACL, the Texans pick up their 5th straight win, beating the Miami Dolphins. And here comes Deshaun and crew. Then that early Sunday game in London. Maybe the Eagles should have made the Jaguars pick up the tab for the entire trip, huh? The Jags tried a little bit, but the Eagles won what, for all intents and purposes, especially for them, you could have classified as a must-win game. Now they're back at 500, and the Jaguars are at 3-5, wondering if their season might be over. The Bears had one of those kind of blah, blah, blah type of victories over the Jets. It wasn't the prettiest. It wasn't super dominant. But ultimately, they did win by 2 touchdowns against a team they really needed to beat in a game they really, truly needed to win if they had any aspirations of making the playoffs this year. They got the job done. Wasn't always pretty, but that matters. Jameis Winston was benched after throwing 4 interceptions. Fitzmagic is back! Yes! 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 It wasn't enough to beat the Bengals in the end, as much as Fitzmagic tried. But Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be starting for the Bucs next week, and there's just something good, whole, and complete about that. There just is. The Fitzmagic is back, baby, and in the meantime, you wonder if we're reaching the end of Winston time in Tampa Bay. The Seahawks played with heavy hearts this week after the announcement of the passing of their longtime owner, Paul Allen, and they responded in a big way on the road in Detroit, smashing the Detroit Lions, and all of a sudden you're looking at the Seahawks, a team everybody assumed was in a kind of rebuild mode. They're 4-3, right in the mix of the playoffs, and you're looking at Pete Carroll potentially as a Coach of the Year type of candidate. Sometimes you just never know in the NFL. Well, let's see how this passing of Paul Allen motivates this team, because at least for one game on Sunday, you could say they were there. And going for it within your own 5-yard line with a fake punt in the 4th quarter, that's balls. If it doesn't work, it's stupid, but it works. Those are balls. Big brass balls that Pete Carroll had. Confidence in his team. Imagine that. You got more Mahomes magic from Kansas City as the Chiefs handled the Broncos. Adrian Peterson ran over the Giants, and now you're sitting there looking at the Redskins. They're like the NFC version of the Chargers. They're 5-2, and it doesn't feel like it, and nobody's really talking about them. But they're a good football team. And their start is at least somewhat serious and valid. Even with the free kick botch aside, the Steelers managed to handle their business. They dispatched the Browns relatively easily, bad enough where now both Hugh Jackson and Todd Haley have been sent packing. And here come the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know if it's fully time to jump on board the bandwagon, but they're starting to figure things out is the way it kind of feels. The Carolina Panthers went into their game Sunday against the Ravens as underdogs, but they handle business. And again, Carolina, similar to the Redskins, a team that's 5-2 now, and nobody's really talking about them, which to me is crazy. Captain Luck leaves the land of oak, as Captain Andrew Luck would say, with the victory, and the Raiders are just truly a black hole of suck. You paid $100 million over 10 years to John Gruden to have this type of start. Oopsie daisies. Ty Montgomery, for the love of God, and I know you're in Baltimore now, so it's whatever. Just take a damn knee. You got Aaron Rodgers going into a game on the road against the Rams on Sunday. Featured mid-late afternoon start. Here they come. The Packers get a chance to get the ball back with a little over 2 minutes to go. You've got Aaron Rodgers. The Packers have a chance to win this game. Could have been a huge momentum shift for the entire season, especially heading into a really tough stretch of schedule for the Packers. And Ty Montgomery wants to take the damn ball out of the end zone. Stupid decisions end up sometimes resulting in stupid consequences. As was the case, fumble here. Props to Todd Gurley for not scoring the touchdown, even though it would have helped cover the spread and meant a lot to fantasy owners. He did the right thing from a football standpoint, and for that, sir, I salute you. And the Rams moved to 8-0, and they look like a bit of a juggernaut, but they're a flawed juggernaut. Josh Rosen led the Cardinals to a late comeback victory over the 49ers. it's good to see Josh Rosen as a rookie overcoming some of the crap that's around him. It was awesome to see Larry Fitzgerald spike the ball. I know he was mad after the game. His son didn't want to go. No, you know what? Fuck it. Spike that shit. Let that emotion flow. The Saints got revenge on the Vikings from last year's divisional round game, and they moved to 6-1, a really quality win. And now you're looking at New Orleans as one of the elite teams in the league. And then on Monday night, you got that snooze fest of the Patriots beating the Bills. It just felt like they were kind of going through the motions and kind of rope-a-doping them, letting the Bills' defense that was playing pretty well believe they had a chance to win, all the while knowing the Bills' offense absolutely sucks. And the big momentum shifter there was the pass that Derek Anderson threw that could have been a touchdown, but ultimately the receiver didn't get it. And then like 2 plays later, here goes a pick six the other way. Game over. Yikes. That was Monday Night Football. Ugh. Anyways, your winners for the week. Deshaun Watson, 5 touchdown passes. Texans have won 5 in a row. Looking a lot better in Houston now than it did a month ago. The Eagles, must-win game in London against a team in the Jaguars that also had a lot to play for and had the familiarity of being in London and playing there several times in the past. And they went in there and handled business like a defending champion should. The Seattle Seahawks, playing with heavy hearts after the passing of longtime owner Paul Allen, they go on the road to Detroit and they smash the Lions, and now they're sitting at 4-3. The losers of the week, the New York Giants. Yikes, you're at home and you put up that stinker. Why do you continue to start Eli? I'm almost morbidly curious to see Lauletta start a game for him, because if he can run through opposing defenses like he ran through the freaking cops, you might have something there in New York. Jameis Winston. Fitzmagic struck early on in the season, but then it felt like you were crashing back down to reality. Here comes Jameis, and he throws 4 interceptions in the game on Sunday, and now Fitzmagic is back and almost led him to victory. Looking like it could be the beginning of the end for Jameis Winston's time in Tampa Bay. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars. You're familiar with London. You play there every year. And you go out there and you don't get the job done in a game you really, really needed. Just couldn't happen. And now you're sitting there at 3-5, a team that was really close to going to the Super Bowl last year is on the outside of the playoff race looking in. And they might not get there. And I'll close it out with the 2-minute thrill this week, sticking with the Jacksonville Jaguars. What the hell were Barry Church and some of the other defensive backs from the Jaguars doing on Saturday in London? Misunderstanding about a $64,000 bill my ass. The hell are you doing? Why are you going out and spending $64,000 on a Saturday before a game any freaking ways when your team is 3-4? It's not like it's the first time you've been to London any damn ways. What are you trying to do? Run up a big tab and then freaking diamond dash and get the hell out of there? Like they're not going to notice you. Like they're really not going to notice you. Running up a $64,000 fucking tab. Not only does that seem in poor taste in the grand scheme of things, we should be focusing on football, but what an idiotic business decision. What, for one night of fuck-off fun? You're going to blow $64 million? $64,000? Whatever? Times more money is more problems. And some people you just can't coach stupid. And you just can't help stupid. If you're going to do crap like that, you better go out there and dominate defensively, and you better go out there and win. Of course, those defensive backs for Jacksonville didn't, and the Jaguars didn't win. Just mind-blowing and baffling to me how grown men and professional athletes that have spent their entire lives trying to work towards something like this, a goal of achieving a lifelong dream of playing in the NFL, and they potentially put that shit at risk by making dumb, stupid-ass decisions because they got a little bit of money. And do it the old-fashioned way, like a real star does. Spend your money on coke and hookers, and keep it moving, gentlemen! Ridiculous.